Okay. Hi children. Now our discussing topic is ionization energy. What is ionization energy? Okay. You see, in the name only their definition. Ions forms. When ions forms, they need some energy. That energy only called the ionization energy. Okay, do you understand? You see, so many numbers thinking it is very difficult topic, madam. Very simply, you listen very carefully. Okay, ionization energy. Okay, I will write definition as well as what is that? The energy required to remove electron from the outermost shell or orbit. Shell or orbit both are out only. That how much energy is required to remove an electron from the outermost shell of the atom. One the neutral gaseous atom. Neutral gaseous atom, then it is called, that energy is called ionization energy. Okay, once you see the energy required to remove electron from outermost orbit or shell, both same only, amma. That means that revolving path around the nucleus is called the shell. We know that. Outermost orbital in atom, in neutral gaseous atom. Neutral gaseous atom is called the ionization energy. Ionization energy, simply shortcutly you are writing IE. Ionization energy. Okay, do you understand? The energy required to remove electron from the outermost orbit or shell in neutral gaseous atom is called the ionization energy. Oh yeah, nothing madam, you will not understand your thinking. But you see, that means there is nucleus. Okay, that means electrons will revolving around the nucleus in the path of circle. We know that already, you know the atomic models. Okay, you see this like electrons will be revolving around it. Okay, in first there are two electrons only revolving, already completed models and principles. Okay, Haber principle, Hund principle, Pauli's exclusive principle. Then 8 electrons will be there, 2 electrons will be there. I am telling you example is magnesium. Already you understand that. Yes or no? 2, 8, 2. Okay, that is the magnesium. How many electrons are present in this? 12 electrons. Then here in outermost there are 2 electrons revolving around the nucleus in magnesium atom. Then what happened? You have to remove electron. Then you have to apply some energy to remove that electron. That energy is called the ionization energy. Here one electron we are taking out. That is called first ionization energy. First ionization energy. Okay, suppose after that you have to remove another electron, then it is called the second ionization energy. Second ionization energy. Suppose if you want to remove another electron from this, that is third ionization energy, but that is very difficult to take out electron from the magnesium, third, because already it gets stability. That's why, but you take aluminum, then you have to remove 3 electrons from the atom, then ionization energy is there, third ionization energy, like this. That means you take out electron from the atom, first electron, that is first ionization energy, second electron, that is called second ionization energy, like this will be there. Okay, do you understand about the ionization energy? But some factors affecting the ionization energy. Okay, that is not equal to all atoms also. Okay, there are some factors. What are the factors affecting the ionization energy, madam? Okay, we will discuss now that what are the factors affecting the ionization energy. I am writing, see. Factors affecting ionization energy. You see, very simple. So many numbers thinking it is very difficult topic. See, very simple. Nuclear charge. Nuclear charge. Okay, already you know that in that only the nuclear charge means that in nucleus, what will be present in nucleus? Protons will be present. What is the charge of nucleus? Positive charge. We know that. Okay. Then what happens if that protons increases? Then nucleus charge will be increases. Then that means it pulls towards itself. Yes or no? It pulls. That means it pulls the electron towards itself. That's why removing is very difficult. Yes or no? That's why you have to apply more energy. Okay. That's why if nuclear charge is increases, then what is the meaning of this one? If protons increases, then removing also difficult. That means ionization energy will be increases. Okay. Good example for this one is sodium and chlorine. You take this one. How many protons are present in sodium? 11. How many protons are present in chlorine? 17. We know that. Okay. To remove electron from the is very difficult to chlorine than the sodium. That's why ionization energy is greater to chlorine than the sodium. That means, do you understand this one? Protons are more in chlorine now. That's why the ionization energy also increases. You have to use more energy than the sodium. Okay, do you understand this one? This is only nuclear charge. Okay, that means removing electrons from the chlorine is difficult than the sodium. That's why, because ionization energy of chlorine is more than the sodium. Okay, this is. And the second one is shielding or screening effect. Screening effect of orbits. You see, there only this is also orbits. Should write completely because that means don't confuse here. Okay, shielding or screening effect of orbits. You see here. So now only we discussed there is nucleus at the center, and electrons will be revolving around in some path. We know that is only called orbits. Okay, when that charge of the nucleus affects the electrons, that means pulls towards itself. Okay, this charge will pulls towards itself. Now, suppose there are two electrons, that is only already we discussed magnesium. Then what happened here? Okay, then if you want to remove electron from the outermost electron, then what happened? These will be obstacles to fall the nuclear charge on the electrons. Do you understand? These are the obstacles. Obstacles means atankalu. This one. This will be shield. Shield, that means stops. They affect the nuclear charge on this electron. That means removing is very easy. That means less amount of energy only sufficient for that. That obstacles of the orbits is called the screening or shielding. It shields that means affect the charge on the electrons. Charge of the nucleus on the electrons. Okay, that is only called the shielding or screening effect of the orbitals. Do you understand? How many number of orbits are increases? Then what happen? Shielding effect will be increases. That means obstacles will be increases. Obstacles. Then you can remove by using the less amount of energy only. That is only called the shielding or screening effect of orbitals. Okay, good examples for this one is I am writing here. You see first year group elements. I take here first year group in sodium, that means hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. You know that. Leave the francium because it is radioactive element. Up to cesium, if you are comparing this one. When you are comparing this one, this has only one orbit. Lithium has 2 orbits. Sodium has 3 orbits. Potassium has 4 orbits. And rubidium has 5 orbits. Okay, you drawn completely, and cesium has 6 orbits. We know that. Okay, that here what happened? This which orbits present in between the nucleus and outermost electron, that orbits will be shields. Okay, are obstacles of the affect the charges on the electron. That effect only called the shielding effect. Okay, do you understand? Suppose I am teacher here is there, you are sitting in n bench, you think like that. There are some obstacles when you are comparing in front student. Yes or no? That means the teacher will not pay total effect on you. Yes or no? That obstacles are there in between you and your teacher. Like that, this is also that applying the charge of nucleus, there are obstacles at between the outermost electron and the nucleus. That obstacles is only called the shielding effect. Shielding effect. Okay. When you are comparing this one, what happened? Sodium has more shielding effect than the lithium. Potassium has more shielding effect than the sodium. That means if you are comparing sodium and cesium, these two, cesium, then what happened here? How many orbits are present? 3 only. But cesium has 6 orbits. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orbits. That means obstacles will be increases. That means shielding will be increases. That's why removing electron is simple. That means less amount of energy only required to removing electron from the cesium than the sodium. That's why ionization energy of the cesium is less than the sodium. That means sodium, that means difficult to remove electron from the sodium is than the cesium. That means if you want to remove electron from the sodium, you have to apply more energy than the cesium. Okay, do you understand this one? Because of due to increases the number of orbitals, number of orbits. Okay, then this is only. That means if the screening effect increases, ionization energy will be decreases. Okay, this is about the shielding or screening effect on ionization energy. Okay, now you come to third one is the penetrating power. Penetration power or penetrating power. Penetration power of the orbitals. Orbitals, don't forget this one. Orbitals. How many orbitals are there? S, P, D, F. Here penetrating means that means filling. Okay, filling electrons. Okay, already you know that according to the some principles, Auger principle and Hund principle, Pauli's exclusion principle, already you let know. That means here first electron will be entered into 4s orbital, s orbital, then the p orbital, then the d f. That means there is one order. Okay, when we are comparing Miller chart, we know that. Okay, then you are writing 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. So many members asking here, why madam you are writing 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f madam? 3s, 3f, 3p, 3d. Why we should not write? Why? Because there are no 4 orbitals in 3 orbitum. Okay, there are 4 orbitals in after 4 only. 4th orbit only. That's why you are writing 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. For our convenient you are writing. You can write here 3s, 3p, 3d also. But for 3f is not there once you remember. Okay, after 4th orbit only we will get 4f. That's why you are writing this order. Okay, then when you are comparing penetrating power, first electron will be entered into the s orbital. We know that. That's why penetrating power is more to s orbital than the 4p and then the 4d and 4f. Okay, that means first electron will enter into s orbital only. That's why ionization energy will be increases. That means removing electron from the s orbital is very difficult than the 4p. Okay, do you understand this one? If you want to remove electron from this one and this one, okay, that is difficult to removing electron in 4s is you have to apply more energy than the 4p. Okay, do you understand? This is only penetration power. Very simple that one. Okay, the penetrating power is like this. That means 4s is greater than 4p is greater than 4d is greater than 4f. Then ionization energy, that means difficulty to ionization energy is more than s orbital than the p orbital. Okay, p orbital has more ionization energy than the d orbital. There is order, another order is there. Okay, do you understand? This is now you come to next one is stable configuration. Okay, stable configuration. Already you know that what is stable configuration, madam. Okay, already you know that. What is that? Half-filled and full-filled orbitals has more stability. Okay, half-filled and full-filled orbitals, you don't confuse here, orbitals has more stability. That means removing the electron from the half-filled and full-filled is very difficult. That means we have to use more energy. Okay, good example for this one is nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, when you are comparing nitrogen and oxygen, okay, here nitrogen means what are there, once you write electronic configuration, here you have to write configuration now. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. That means 7 electrons are present in nitrogen, 8 electrons are present in oxygen. Then 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Okay, so I am filling outermost orbital only. This is the filling now, we know that. That means 4 electrons are present in outermost shell, 6 electrons, but we are discussing about this 4 only. There are 2 electrons in before, you leave that. Outermost shell only have to comparing. You see here, this means in nitrogen, you take nitrogen, okay, how many are there here? Half-filled electron, half filling the electrons. This orbital is filling with half, you see. Okay, this one. And here oxygen is, there is another electron. That means some more electron is there. That's why if you want to remove electron from the nitrogen is difficult than the oxygen. That means you have to use more energy. Okay, than the oxygen. In generally, already I told that in groups, in periods, then what happened here? More protons are present in oxygen. How many protons are present in oxygen? 8. In nitrogen has 7 protons only. Then when you are comparing nuclear charge, oxygen should be has more ionization energy than the nitrogen. But when you are comparing stable configuration, nitrogen has half-filled orbitals. That's why removing electron from the nitrogen is more difficult than the oxygen. Then you have to use more ionization energy to nitrogen. That means nitrogen has more ionization energy than the oxygen. Okay, due to the half-filled orbitals like this. Okay, do you understand this one? You see. Then last and final one, atomic radius. Atomic radius. Atomic radius. Now you take atomic radius. Already we know that atomic. What is meant by atomic radius? The distance between nucleus and outermost orbit. Okay. Suppose you take sodium. Okay, you take sodium. It is a nucleus. This is the outermost orbit. No, the distance between these two only called the atomic radius. Okay, do you understand? About this one already we learned something. So now you come to what is the relation between ionization energy and atomic radius, madam. If atomic radius increases, then what happens? Distance will be increases. If distance is increased, then removing energy will be less. Okay, do you understand this mean? What is this? Nuclear charge will be decreases on the outermost electron. Then we can remove easily. Okay, then what happens? When this atomic radius increases, that means distance will be increases. Then removing is easy. Then applying energy is less. Okay, if atomic radius increases, ionization energy will be decreases. Okay, do you understand? This is atomic radius, this is the ionization energy. Ionization energy will be decreased when radius is increases, because there is distance, more distance from the nucleus now. That means force of attraction of the nucleus is less on the outermost electron. That's why you can easily remove it. By using less amount of energy only, we can remove. That's why ionization energy will be decreases if radius is increased. Okay, thank you.